Right. AQR, lecture is recording, 7.2.2. Binary. We got so much sound going on. Number system. Day 2. Thank you. All right, so binary number system, day 2. Today's focus, so yesterday, in terms of review, we turned binary into decimal. And so for an example of yesterday's of what we were doing, and we did in our do now, we wanted to convert 1011011011, or this is a big example, all right, that's binary, into its decimal form. Now, something I want to note here is that there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which is very high. I'm not going to really go on this because there's a lot of numbers and you can make a lot of mistakes, but we've called this 10-bit. And so this first number is going to represent 2 to the 9th, one number less. So notice that this is 10 and it's one number less because it starts at 2 to the 0. And 2 to the 9th turns out to be, in this problem, are 512. So it's a big number than we did on, and I'm going to make you do. You didn't have to do that. So this is 512 plus 0, which is times half of that, 256, plus 128, so that means I don't care about that, plus half of that is 64, plus 32, plus 0, which is the times 16, again, plus 8, plus 0 times the 4, we don't care about that, plus 2, plus 1. Okay, so the zeros are happening on the 4, the 16, and the 256. Now, something to note is that if I doubled 512, 512 times 2 gives me 1024, right? Also, just in case you're wondering, when you get a phone, for those of you who get iPhones, right? These are the memory, right? How much you have, and you're wondering, have you ever wondered why when you were getting your phone you had 64 gigabytes, or you had 32 gigabytes of memory, 128, and you buy a 256? It's because of this. So that's why those numbers are so weird. Like, why am I buying something that's, when you buy a terabyte, you're not really buying a terabyte, you're buying like 1,024 gigabytes. That's, and if you look at it and how they promote it as a 512 gigabyte hard drive and stuff like that. Something you know. So what I know here is that this answer, I know that this answer is going to be less than 1,024. And I'm going to put that up because that's going to help us with today's notes. So I need to have a calculator. Another way that you can also do this, as well as we learned, we can put the numbers in. So this is 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, and one more with 512. And this number is 1011011011. And this is how you saw it in your do now, and we practice it. Each one of these gets us to here, and when we do this with our calculator, we get the answer of 747. Now, something else that I wanted to show you is that this value right here confirms to us that our answer is odd. So if that very last digit, if the first bit digit is a 1, we know our answer is going to be odd because that's the only odd number that we can add. If it's a 0, you should know automatically my answer is going to be even. So that's a quick check, a temperature check. Also, I wanted to know, and I said an example, if all of these are 1, if it's 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, it's always going to give you one number less than the next bit would be. All right? So if it was 1, 1, 1, 1, these 4, I can know that that answer is going to give me 15, because in order to get 16 would be 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. So 4 ones would be 1 less than the next bit value. Yes. Correct. That one was 255 because it was 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. It was right here. And so I know that has to be 1 less than if I double it. And you're going to kind of see that. That knowledge is going to help you with today's work that we're doing it. All right. So today we want to go decimal to binary. Okay. So for example, we want to turn 146 into its binary form. Now, using that information that we just learned about how much it has to be less than, understanding that it has to be like this less than 124, we can start off by setting up a table. And we're going to write the number. So 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. Okay. Keep going until you found that number, till you surpassed that number, 146. So do I keep going? Well, I'm going to keep going. Some of you can stop right now. Some of you have good mental math and you know the next number is going to be, but I'm going to still write it. So 256. And the reason I'm going to do that is basically now that number is more, so I'm just going to cross it out because I know I can't have this number triggered off. This number is not going to be a 1 because it has to be a 0 or just non-existent because this number right here. So this is going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, an 8-bit answer. Okay? So we want to find out what this number is. So it's a math problem here. So we're going to step 1. We set up a decomposition chart. I'll just put it in words what I just said, and find the bit value that is less than, the greatest, I meant to put greatest right here. The greatest bit value that is less than or equal to the decimal. So 128 is the greatest bit value that is less than or equal to 146. Step 2. Subtract the turn on, I'm going to put this in quotation marks, the greatest bit value by indicating a 1 and then subtract from decimal. Step 3. Continue process until you reach 0. Okay, so we're going to continue this process until we reach 0. So I'm going to place a what next underneath 128? What am I placing under 128? What number? What is 0? I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to turn it on. So what am I going to place as the value if I'm turning it on? What goes right here is what I'm saying. 0 or 1? 0. It has to be a 1 because that's the whole idea. It's a 1. So this is a 1. So now I'm going to do the math over here. So I'm going to do 146 minus 128. Okay. What do I get? I get, what is that? 18 you said? 18. Okay. What is the next greatest value that is less than or equal to 18? 16. Okay. Yeah. Now I repeat the process. So I'm going to subtract.
How much do you subtract from 18?
16. That gives me 2. What's the next greatest value that is less than or equal to 2? 2, which gives us minus 2, which is 0. Step 4. I missed step 4 here. Step 4. Place a 0 under all remaining bits. All right, so 0, 0, 0, 0. Huh? Oh, and 0. Good eye, good eye, good eye. So my answer is 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. And that's how you turn decimal into binary. So that's the next piece that we're going to be doing. So let's do another example. We still got some time. We got just enough time to do one more example, and then we're going to be done. Questions there? Questions on those steps? So it's all about finding the greatest bit value. These numbers up here is when I'm saying bit value, I'm referring to these are the bit values. Okay? So next example, we want to convert 287 to binary. Okay? 287 into binary. So I'm going to make my table. I got 1, 2, 4. I'm going to write all my bit values. 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. I keep going, right? 256. I keep going, or some of you can realize I'm going to stop, but I'm going to check the math, and I'm going to stop right there. So I'm not going to use the 512. Okay? So what's the first bit value? That's the greatest bit value that is less than or equal to 287. 256. I put a 1. So 287 minus 256 is 31. Now, when you get better, you can use some math knowledge. You can use some numeracy skills or number sense. 31 is 1 less than 32. So I should know what 31 is. What is 31 going to be? 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Because in order to get 32, it's going to be 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So I can actually skip a step if I want to. If you understand that 31 is 1 less than one of the bit values, everything has to be a 1 after 32. Because that's the only way to get 31. You have to have everything on beforehand, because if not, it clicks over to 32. So the next biggest number is 16, so minus 16. That gives me 15. The next greatest number is 8. That gives me 7. The next greatest number is, as you can see, and this is why I said minus 4, that gives me 3. The next number, 2. That gives me 1. And therefore 1. Now I got 0. I fill in all the other numbers as 0, and I have my answer 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And that's my answer.